Welcome back, everybody, to In the Loop with Tom Durant. And today I want to talk to you on a title that I'm going to call, I Don't Want to Go. There's a period after each word. Each word is a sentence. I don't want to go. Hey, in episode 62, I want to explore some things, but let's be honest. We've all said those words at some point, have we not? Whether it's a meeting, it's a ministry event, or even church services, sometimes we just don't feel like going. We don't feel like showing up. I get it. We're leaders. But here's the reality of it I want to share with you. If we only went to things that interested us or that personally enlightened us or met needs in our life, we'd probably go to, 10% of the events? I don't think I'm alone with that. Not everything that happens is a need in my life, but I'm a leader. Not every area of opportunity interests me, but I'm a leader. But sometimes I might feel like I don't want to go. Maybe you feel like that. I don't want to go. We run in our head, do we not? We don't normally say it. I hope you don't say it. It'd be disrespectful, be condescending. It'd be what I would call unbecoming to your position. But over the years, I've had some pretty high-level positions, both in business and in ministry. And there's one thing I've learned, and it's this. Your presence matters, and your presence is valuable. Your presence carries weight. Your presence carries support. And honestly, it communicates buying power. So let's talk about the optics for a moment. I mention that sometimes. Hey, what do the optics look like? When a leader is absent, it sends a message. Let me just back up. When you're absent, you're sending a message. Whether intentional or not, you're still sending a message. The optics can look like you're disinterested. The optics can look like you don't support it, you don't agree with it. But on the flip side, when you're there, even for something as simple as an event, it speaks volumes to your leadership, watch me, and your credibility. It says, I'm with you. I see you. This matters. That's what your attendance does. That's what your presence does. I call it visual leadership. Your attendance isn't just about you. It's a visible sign of support. So I'm going to say, leader, come on, be present when you don't feel like it. Remember my title? I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Those are things you got to work through in your head. Because when you show up, again, it matters. It's a visible sign of leadership. And see, leadership often requires us doing things we don't feel like doing. Why? Because my position demands it. Because my position requires it. And when you're in high-level positions of influence with a weighty voice, you can't be AWOL, absent without leave, okay? You can't just be a no-show. Because your role sometimes trumps your feelings. Your role sometimes trumps your preference. Hey, here's a good one. Your role sometimes even trumps convenience. Oh, it's not convenient. Yeah, I know, but you're a leader. And it's so much more than just visibility on Sunday mornings. Leadership is lived out in the lives of God's people throughout the week and throughout the year. When you're a no-show and you don't want to go and you act on that, you're dinging your own credibility. So I say, be on the front lines. Be where God's called you to be. And some requirements of my position or my job, in your case, require me to go places and be places that maybe it's an inconvenience. You see, this is what I believe. Sunday attendance, that's entry level. That's guest level. That's volunteer level. You see, guests, they attend if convenient. Volunteers attend if assigned. Leaders, however, they attend to set the culture and model faithfulness. If we're not careful, you could be a leader acting like a guest or a volunteer. Hey, is it convenient? Am I assigned? Wrong question to yourself. I'm trying to help you, leader. Come on. Leaders set culture and model faithfulness. And if God has called you into leadership, your influence and your commitment have to be outpaced of the level of a volunteer or a guest. Let me say that again. You know, that was actually good. If as God has called you as a leader and you have leadership, your influence and commitment have to outpace the level of a guest and a volunteer. End quote, good stuff. Come on, somebody. So think about it. What got you to the level that you're at today is also what's going to keep you at that same level. You didn't get there by doing the bare minimum. Hey, in sports and college, they call it, hey, they're hungry, man. They want to make the NFL. They want to make the MLB. They want to make the NBA. So that's why people like watching college games, because they're young kids, potential recruits, trying to get drafted into the big leagues. And they hustle. They play when they're sick. But how many times do you see major leaguers, quote unquote leaders, quote unquote you, make it to the big leagues and you slack off, and what got you there is not a part of your routine? Hello? Good stuff. Hey, you rose and you went further. You stretched, you sacrificed, you showed up when others didn't. So why does this matter so much? Because leadership is about more than just checking the boxes. I'm afraid if there's an epidemic of leaders among us that just check the box and do the minimum. I'm a pastor. Come on, I'm talking to pastors. Your pastor don't appreciate that. That would not be right if you're serving your pastor at a convenience. You see, again, my leadership, my obligation trumps my feelings. And when you show up, leader, let me tell you, you're not just supporting a single event or a cause. You're investing in relationships. You're investing in the community and the mission and the culture and the support of your church and pastor. Hello, somebody. So here's the reminder. Don't slip into complacency. Don't become unavailable to the work God has called you to do, because you're not in that position by accident. Someone has invested in you. Someone has believed in you. And you're there for a purpose. And that purpose is the Great Commission and God's people. So I want to kind of get you thinking. Come on, I'm not getting on to you, but I want you to think. The title, let me reiterate it. Let me repeat myself. I know I am. I don't want to go, a period after each word. I don't want to go. You know what? Sometimes neither do I. It's easier to not put forth the energy. It's easier to not shower and change and suit up and put on a tie and drive across the district or the state or the city. But I'm called to serve. It's about setting an example. It's about the God who placed you there for such a time as this purpose. Your leadership, your influence. The word I've been using a lot, the optics. What does it look like if you're not there? When your position often requires you to be there. How do you process that? How do you frame that? How do you manage that? I pray, I hope that your position trumps your feelings. I hope that your position, your obligation, your calling, your influence trumps inconvenience. I hope. I pray. You see, that's the purpose of the podcast, is to float some ideas past you. Hey, the King James calls it this way, provoke you to good works. Yeah. Because you're an example. You're visible. Your voice is weighty. And I think that we need to revisit this. And if you've got it all figured out, then keep doing what you're doing. You're doing something right. I commend you. I salute you. Kudos, ma'am. Kudos, sir. If you find yourself a little deficient at times and that feeling comes over you, let this podcast resonate back in as a little 6-inch person on your shoulder preaching to you that maybe your pastor won't tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. Yeah, probably so. Okay. Hey, thanks for joining me today on In the Loop with Tom Durrance. If this episode has encouraged you, I ask you, hey, share it with another leader who might need the reminder. And remember, leadership is not about convenience. It's about calling. Come on, somebody, one more time. Leadership is not about convenience. It's about calling. Okay, may God bless us all.